Dejanay Carrington and Nalyssa Smith doing a hee-hee and a ha-ha and a tee-ha right after the game, hugging on each other and everything. I don't get it. I mean, this to me feels like a conflict of interest, and something very interesting has happened. Now, you're seeing this post. This is 3 different videos right here, and I'm not going to show them, but I will tell you what they are. Nalyssa Smith only played 9 minutes in Game 1.
Nalyssa Smith went from being the Indiana Fever's star player to their biggest challenge in under 2 years.
3 separate times she made 0 contact on set screens. First 2, she was supposed to screen Dejanay Carrington and completely missed. Is some flowers that I guess Nalyssa Smith got Dejanay Carrington on the 25th. Whiffed. Swung and missed. Needs to be more physical on Wednesday. Well, she barely played on Wednesday.
How does something like this even happen? We're talking about a complete turnaround, folks. But before we dive in, I have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoy this content, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch without subscribing. It's free, and it really helps us out. Did you hit that subscribe button? Awesome. Thank you. Now back to the story. So here's the deal. Nalyssa's points per game dropped from 15.5 to 10.6. That's a big drop. But what's even crazier? That's not even the main reason she was let go. Trust me, there's a lot more to this story, and it's going to shock you.
I mean, this is wild, folks. You're playing in actually it's on the 24th. You're playing in a playoff series in professional sports against a team, but this kind of situation is going on. Dejanay Carrington and Nalyssa Smith are dating. Nalyssa Smith and Caitlin Clark are teammates. If Dejanay and Clark get into it, who is Nalyssa defending? Her teammate or her girlfriend? And we're supposed to believe that trade secrets weren't swapped here? For real? That's hard to believe. That's hard to swallow, right?
It's crazy how fast things changed for Nalyssa Smith. In less than 2 years, she went from being the Fever's golden girl to their biggest problem. It's like watching a star player unravel right in front of us. 1 minute, she's the future of the team, and the next, she's at the center of all kinds of drama.
Because at the end of the day, those two go home to each other. Raggedy-ass league clown. I mean, seriously, this is wild. So, Nalyssa Smith, I guess, may want off this team, and the Fever probably want her off this team. All right, where the Indiana Fever can see, and I think Nalyssa Smith's under contract, 10 toes down for you, free her.
Let's take a closer look at her stats for a moment. Nalyssa Smith's points per game dropped from 15.5 to 10.6. That's a major dip. This was a player who was expected to be the cornerstone of the team, and now she can barely hit her average. But you know what's even crazier? That scoring slump wasn't even the main issue. Picture this. Smith is on the bench, laughing with an opponent who had just poked Caitlin Clark in the eye. Not exactly a good look, right? Clark's in pain, the team's in shock, and Smith acts like it's no big deal. The situation exploded on social media in no time. Fans were furious, calling for her to be kicked off the team. And it didn't end there. Smith started posting cryptic messages online, almost like she was some kind of basketball oracle. Then, she goes and removes the Fever from her bio. It was pure drama.
So the Clark Report posted this just a little while ago. Nalyssa Smith has removed the Fever tag from her bio. She has a year left on her contract, which means she'll likely request a trade. And this is X. Nothing on there about the Indiana Fever and Nalyssa Smith. So you got to wonder at this point, is she out? Unless she's picked up by the Valkyrie in the expansion draft. So I guess this is probably Instagram right here. But nothing on there about the Indiana.
The Fever were focused on winning games, but their former star player, Nalyssa Smith, was stirring up trouble online. So, what finally got her fired? It wasn't just one thing. It was a mix of issues. Her drop in performance, the laughing incident, and the social media drama all piled up. The team had enough of her antics and decided to cut ties. But it didn't stop there. Tension in the locker room kept building. Smith's attitude was causing rifts, and it became clear that something was going to blow up. And blow up it did. The fever finally showed her the door. But the fallout? That's a whole other story. As if things weren't already messy, Caitlin Clark's rise only made it worse for Smith. Clark, the rookie, came in and immediately began dominating, scoring, assisting, and grabbing rebounds like a seasoned pro. Meanwhile, Smith's playing time dropped fast. You could see the frustration on her face every time Clark made a big play. Then, things got even more awkward. Smith started making odd comments about Clark in interviews, trying to downplay her success without openly criticizing her. Fans noticed, especially when Smith wouldn't celebrate Clark's big moments. Then came the eye poke incident. Clark was on the ground in pain, and there was Smith, laughing with the player who did it. Fans were furious, and Smith's attempts at damage control on social media only made things worse. Every post seemed to dig her deeper into the hole. The worst part, the team was winning more games with Clark leading the way, but Smith's off-court drama was creating chaos for the coaching staff. It all boiled over when Smith posted a cryptic message about fake teammates and real loyalty. While she didn't name names, everyone knew who she meant. That was the final straw for the Fever. They had to choose between their former star and their new superstar, and with Clark performing like she was, it wasn't much of a choice. So what's next for Nalyssa Smith? After all the drama, it's unclear if any other WNBA team will take a chance on her. Experts say she needs to do some serious soul-searching if she wants to stay in the league. She needs to show she can be a team player and put the team first. If not, she may find herself bouncing between teams or even playing overseas to keep her career alive. The ball's in Smith's court now. Can she turn things around, or is this the end of her WNBA career? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. This whole mess is a reminder of how quickly things can change in pro sports. 1 minute you're on top, the next you're out the door.